Today we're going to try something different on this channel, and by that I mean we're taking a road trip across Utah. We're going to start in St. George and go all the way up to Salt Lake. Along the way, we are looking at our home goods for the Halloween items that have now officially started hitting the shelves. Let's get started. We're starting our road trip off at 10:18 in the morning on July 21st, 2023. This is the St. George location, which is a TJ Maxx / Homegoods combined. And I want to give some context for this video since it might be a bit different than other Halloween walkthroughs that you've seen. And that's because I have a very specific wish list of items that I am looking for since I now get to decorate my first house for Halloween and I'm super excited. That means I may skip certain areas of stores altogether because I am searching for specific items. I was also on a deadline, so I had a limited amount of time to search as many stores as I could, but I did try and go around and find the most unique items in where I was looking so that each store got highlighted and you could see the different things that are available. And my first example of this would be this haunted carriage. It was really large and a very impressive piece, and I did not see this pop up in any of the other home goods that I visited. I will be honest, I'm just not into the pastel plush cutesy side of the Halloween that some of these collections have. I'm much more in the traditional literature side of things. But if you see anything you like, definitely feel free to pause. Here's another item that I thought was really unique. I don't think I've seen this marble cheese board in any other walkthrough that I've seen. This witch is also solid metal and really cool. Just don't pay too close attention to her hands because thumbs are obviously really hard. Now this was in the TJ Maxx section of the store, and although I'm not a huge fan of the skull and crossbone symbols, I absolutely adore this makeup kit. And do you want to know why? It tells you the use of the brushes. So for makeup challenged people, this is like the best. Why can't we do this more often? Who agrees with me? Not a bad start for our first stop, but now we have a huge intermission. This section of Utah is about 3 hours long, and unfortunately, there's pretty much nothing in it. There's not another home goods until we hit Spanish Fork, and since it's not even a very pretty drive and it's miles and miles and miles of this, I'll just skip straight to the good part. And our first stop is in Spanish Fork, which was a really nice outlet mall. I'd never been to this location, but I was highly encouraged not only by the fact that I got parking right up front, but that they already had a display up by the cash registers. And then I was able to find more in 2 different aisles. I can definitely see some items that I didn't see in the first location, and I think this one has a better mix of traditional versus the pastels. I actually really like the skull designs with the pearls as the eyes, but I'm concerned about this one because the sequins are literally just kind of glued on, so they could flick off really easily, and I can see after storage after a couple years that the sequins probably wouldn't be there at all. And I love these carved skulls here. If you're a Harry Potter fan, don't they remind you of a Death Eater mask? And speaking of Death Eater, the snake candle pedestal holders are definitely new to me, and they are giving massive Death Eater / Slytherin vibes. Here's just a lone metal spider, but there's no way this is getting damaged in storage. And I know this leans more towards the cute side for sure, but this little pumpkin dude just looks so cute. And can't you just see this sitting outside of like Honeyduke's or even Fred and George's shop? Here are some metal pumpkin lanterns that I preferred to the 2 large pumpkin people that we saw in the St. George location. And this was just a really cool serving bowl that I didn't think the first location showed a lot of. Another thing that was unique to this Spanish Fork location was they had some Halloween frames that I did not see anywhere else. And here's where I split second decided to deviate from the plan. When I was coming in, I realized the TJ Maxx was right on the opposite end of this little outlet mall. So I decided to pop in there really fast, and I am so glad I did because I actually found my first wishlist item. Not only that, I feel like the items in here were just more of what I personally was looking for and my style. So even though I think they had less items, I had a better experience coming into this particular TJ Maxx. Now, on to American Fork. This location is about 20 minutes away from the Spanish Fork one, yet despite never having been here, I seem to have managed to find the same route that their Loomis money truck is. Who noticed this outside the Spanish Fork store? Because I certainly did, so let's make myself look doubly suspicious by filming it. Now let's go inside. This location was really fun because they had actually started putting out window displays. Here I'm just pointing out where the Halloween section ends on this wall, but they actually had 2 additional aisles. So this store probably had the most options of the one that I went to, and I definitely found new items that I had never seen before in person. I had never seen a cutout like this before, and I have a genuine question. Would you use this? Like, is this for parties? Is this for taking pictures at trick-or-treating? I'm just curious, is this something that you think your kids or someone would get excited about? And how cool are these candles? There's no way I could burn these. But I also couldn't store them in the shed outside because then they would get deformed anyway. But they're definitely cool to look at. And just like the other outlet mall, this had a TJ Maxx right next door. And since I had such good luck with the last one, I thought I would pop into this one really quickly. This one also had a display right up front, which I always think is exciting because it just sets the mood. This TJ Maxx also had such different items from the first one, which is what makes going to multiple locations, especially in the same day, really interesting. This is also your casual reminder. If you're looking for stuff, don't forget to look at all heights. That includes below the tables or on the bottom shelves. And here's where I decided to slightly deviate from the plan again. Originally, I was planning to head straight to the Sandy Homegoods, but I knew that there was a standalone TJ Maxx in Draper, and since I'd been having such good success, I decided to stop in really quickly. And again, I found a lot of new items that I hadn't seen previously. And for those who don't know, these companies are actually all owned by the same business, but I'm used to them being farther apart like this Draper location is. Otherwise, I would have planned on popping into more of them originally. Ooh, look, here's our first sneak at the Ray Dunn Harry Potter collection. Aren't these candles absolutely gorgeous? This is also your reminder, check in the back of those bottom shelves because this was actually my favorite pearl skull that I've seen, and it doesn't have the same sequin problems because everything is fully attached into its mold. Now, as mentioned at the beginning of this video, I did have a deadline and I was coming close to it. So I decided to skip the Sandy location because it tends to be smaller since it's located inside a mall. And I went straight to Taylorsville, which I planned on being my last location of the day. Now, I have previously found some amazing items here, but this was my last stop of the day, which means everyone else had the chance to get to the store before me. That doesn't mean there weren't some cool items. There just weren't the items that I particularly was looking for. Plus, I was tired, so this is the least amount of footage that I have. However, I make up for it because I did these exact same stops when going back, and I took footage of all of the newish items that I saw. I will show you them, but I'm not separating them by location like I have previously. But to be clear, we're still seeing Friday the 21st footage, and this is the last stop of the day. Is there anything that surprised you about these, or did you see a wish list item here? Please let me know in the comments below. Now it's 3 days later, Monday, July 24th, and I'm going back to all of the same stores, but I'm not separating them by location. I'm just letting you enjoy the new items with some commentary thrown in between. Here's a cool guy ready to help you with your drink. This is also made out of metal, and it's the same price as the witch we saw at the St. George location. Just curious, which one would you rather have? Let me know in the comments. I am not a bug person, but man, these pillows are gorgeous. However, if you're interested in making pillows of your own, don't forget to check out our tutorial. Link below. Fun fact, all 3 colors of my cats are featured on this table runner, and that made me smile while I was away from them. I I just love these witch boots, but I've always hoped to find one where I can make my own arrangement. In fact, that's one of the items from Homegoods that I'm hoping to find. I have seen a pair of boots that are empty on the inside, so you can fill it with whatever you want. Hopefully, I'll find that at some point. Now, if you'd like to see what I brought back with me from this little excursion, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because a Halloween haul will definitely be coming in the future. Isn't this fabric gorgeous? I want this for a dress for myself, which is also a good time to reference that this channel features sewing, crafting tutorials, as well as lifestyle with Harry Potter and pop culture references thrown in between. So if any of this interests you, don't forget to click that subscribe. I love the idea of this, and the ribcage decanter design is amazing, but is anyone else slightly weirded out that you're supposed to use the stopper as a drinking glass? I feel like that can just cause problems. Anyone? Just me? And the drinking glass stopper problem is solved with this version. I really like the topper of this one and the body of the other one. Why can't they be combined? And I have never seen fabric banners before, but oh boy, does this give me some ideas for future tutorials. And that is the end of our Halloween hunting trip. Did you have a favorite item or a favorite location? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you in our next video.